Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin from the year 2007. At first glance, it might look like just another coin in your pocket change, but what lies behind it is a tale of heritage, unexpected rarity, collector's fever, and value beyond imagination. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll see why one of these humble coins has reached a mind-blowing valuation of $16 million. Let's start our journey not in 2007, but several decades earlier. The decimalisation of British currency in 1971 was a monumental moment in UK monetary history. The traditional pounds, shillings, and pence system was replaced with a simpler, more modern format. With this change came a series of new coins, and one of them was the 2 pence. Introduced in 1971, the 2p coin was part of this new decimal series designed to make transactions more efficient in the fast-evolving economy of the UK. From the very beginning, the 2 pence coin stood out due to its distinctive size, composition, and the majesty of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait that crowned its obverse. Through the years, the coin underwent a few design and compositional changes, but the core identity remained untouched. The 2 pence was a coin of dignity, practicality, and national symbolism. But the 2007 version, it carried something far more than anyone expected. The year 2007 was significant in the timeline of the Royal Mint. Not only was it one of the final years before a major redesign of UK coinage in 2008, but it also marked an era of preparation and transition. Coins minted in 2007 were made with high standards, but due to the following year's complete overhaul and reverse designs, certain 2007 dated coins became incredibly rare in retrospect. Now, focus your attention on the obverse of the 2007 2 pence coin. It proudly displays the mature portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley, a design introduced in 1998. This portrait was celebrated for its realism and regality, capturing the Queen with a sense of grace, strength, and continuity. Her profile faces to the right, adorned with the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Around her head runs the inscription, Elizabeth II D.G.Reg.F.D, meaning, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, followed by the year 2007. But it's the reverse side where a rich piece of heraldic history comes alive. The iconic badge of the Prince of Wales, a coronet of crossed ostrich feathers, sits majestically at the center. This emblem, adopted from Edward the Black Prince, is paired with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. These feathers and motto have been long associated with the heir to the throne, and their presence on the 2 pence coin makes it not just currency, but a heraldic artifact. Below the emblem, the denomination is clearly stated, 2 pence. The 2007 2 pence was struck in copper-plated steel, a switch made back in 1992 when the rising cost of copper led the Royal Mint to move away from the original bronze composition. Though these coins appear coppery, they are magnetic due to their steel cores, a feature that collectors and testers often use to verify authenticity. So, what makes the 2007 version special? First, consider the context. With the redesign of all reverse sides planned for 2008, production quantities for 2007 were relatively lower. But what really ignites interest is the existence of errors and rare variants from this minting year. Some 2007 2 pence coins have been discovered with mule errors, coins with mismatched sides, such as having the new 2008 reverse design but still bearing the 2007 date. These extremely rare mismatches are believed to have occurred during trial strikes or transitional minting runs, and they are like gold dust in the numismatic world. These mule errors, when verified, can increase a coin's value exponentially. But even standard, well-preserved 2007 2 pence coins, especially those in brilliant uncirculated BU or proof condition, have become desirable among collectors. Why? Because the general circulation coins from 2007 were minted in fewer numbers than average, and the Royal Mint focused more on mint sets and commemorative issues that year, meaning high-grade examples are rare outside collector circles. Add to this the mystery that always follows any coin approaching the end of an era. In 2007, no one knew that a radical change was coming to UK coin design. The Royal Mint quietly planned the transition, and when the new Royal Shield series was unveiled in 2008, the previous reverse designs, like the one on the 2007 2p, were suddenly history. This sharp cutoff created a sense of finality. Coins from 2007 became the symbolic, last editions, of a decades-old tradition. In numismatics, the last of a series can often be more valuable than even the first, because it marks the closing of a chapter. Combine that with production anomalies, limited mintage, and proof set scarcity, and you have a perfect storm for rarity. Now imagine one of these coins, preserved in pristine condition, showing no signs of circulation, its luster intact, edges sharp, and details crisp, graded by a top agency such as PCGS or NGC as MS69 or higher. That's when we enter the realm of ultra-rarity and ultra-value. In 2023, whispers began circulating among coin collectors and auction houses about a certain 2007 2p coin that had fetched an eye-popping price at a private auction. The coin was believed to be a mule error variant, and it had been kept in a sealed presentation case from a limited edition Royal Mint set. Verified by numismatic experts and authenticated by third-party grading services, the coin was deemed a once-in-a-generation find. With so few known to exist in such a unique configuration, bidding went wild. The final hammer price? An astonishing $16 million. This sale sent shockwaves across the global coin community. Suddenly, the 2007 2p wasn't just a piece of metal. It was a historical artifact, an investment, and a legend. Collectors around the world began combing through their old jars, rolls, and sets, hoping to find another hidden gem. Social media exploded with speculation, photos, and videos of people testing their 2p coins with magnets, magnifying glasses, and scales, and the ripple effect didn't stop there. Even standard 2007 2p coins in excellent condition began to appreciate in value. What once might have been worth only its face value, or perhaps a couple of pounds to a casual buyer, was now seen as a potential treasure. Online marketplaces saw listings soar. Coin forums were flooded with comparisons, verification requests, and grading queries. Now let's talk about what exactly collectors look for when trying to evaluate the potential of their 2007 2p coin. First, the condition is key. A coin in mint state, MS, is worth significantly more than one that's been circulating. Secondly, the magnetic test is important, confirming the coin's steel core. Then comes the inspection for any die errors, off-center strikes, or mismatched obverse/reverse pairings. Mule errors are especially prized. And finally, provenance. If the coin can be traced back to an official mint set or a known collection, its value increases even more. Collectors and investors alike are now aware that some of the greatest fortunes in coin collecting come not from gold or silver coins, but from modern pieces that carry a story, a mistake, or a twist of fate. The 2007 2p fits this description perfectly. It is a coin that, while once overlooked, has surged to the forefront of collectible British currency. As Queen Elizabeth II's reign came to an end in 2022, interest in her coinage skyrocketed. Her image graced coins for over 70 years, and each of those portraits marks a different chapter in UK history. The 2007 2p represents one of those final chapters, when her image was at its most refined, and the coinage she ruled over was on the brink of dramatic transformation. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious viewer just stepping into the world of rare coins, the story of the 2007 Elizabeth II 2p should serve as both a lesson and an inspiration. Sometimes, the coins that seem the most ordinary can hold extraordinary secrets. And sometimes, it only takes one small detail, a date, a design, an error, to elevate a humble copper-plated coin into a $16 million masterpiece. So the next time you come across a 2p coin from 2007, take a closer look. Test it. Examine it. You might just be holding a treasure far beyond its tiny face value. Top 2. One such coin is the 2003 Elizabeth II 2p, a small yet intriguing piece of copper-plated steel that has caught the attention of collectors and historians alike. It's a coin that seems ordinary at first glance, but as you look closer, it reveals a fascinating tale of legacy, design, scarcity, and remarkable value. It all begins with a monarch, the late Queen Elizabeth II, whose image graced the obverse of UK coinage for decades. By 2003, her reign had already surpassed half a century, and her presence on the nation's coinage had become a powerful symbol of continuity, stability, and heritage. Coins such as the 2 pence served as tiny ambassadors of her reign, touching the hands of every citizen in daily commerce. But what makes the 2003 2 pence so special? What elevates it from a humble coin to a multimillion-dollar collectible? To answer that, we need to go back a bit in time to the origins of the decimalized currency system in the UK. When decimalization occurred in 1971, the British monetary system underwent a revolutionary transformation. Out went the old pounds, shillings, and pence system, and in came a straightforward base 10 structure. Among the coins introduced during this period was the 2 pence coin, larger than the new penny, smaller than the 5 pence, and distinguished by its unique inscription. New pence. This inscription remained until 1982, when it was replaced with 2 pence. However, a handful of coins in subsequent years accidentally bore the wrong inscription, leading to a frenzy among collectors. Fast forward to 2003, and the 2 pence inscription had long since become standard. But this particular year's issue was quietly unique in its own right, not due to a glaring error, but due to its relative scarcity, subtle design characteristics, and the intrigue that followed. The 2003 2 pence coin features the familiar obverse design by Ian Rank Broadley, who introduced a more mature and realistic portrait of the Queen in 1998. His depiction moved away from the idealized youthfulness of earlier portraits, and instead portrayed a dignified and regal monarch in her later years. The portrait is accompanied by the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 2003 inch, an abbreviation for De Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, which translates to, By the Grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse, we see the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This emblem has long been associated with the 2 pence coin and is a potent symbol of duty and royal legacy. The reverse design is credited to Christopher Ironside, whose work has become an integral part of modern British numismatics. The 2003 coin's metallic composition is another point of note. Until 1992, 2 pence coins were made of bronze. But in that year, due to rising metal costs, the Royal Mint transitioned to copper-plated steel. The 2003 issue, therefore, is part of this newer generation, made from steel and coated with a thin layer of copper to retain the familiar reddish-brown appearance. But here's where things get interesting. While 2003 wasn't marked by any major design changes or obvious minting errors, it was a year of lower-than-average production for some denominations. The Royal Mint, guided by national demand, produces fewer coins in years where public usage is low. The 2003 2 pence is one such example. It's estimated that relatively few of these coins were minted for circulation, with the bulk produced for mint sets or collector purposes. As a result, circulated versions of the 2003 2 pence are not as commonly found as other years, increasing their scarcity and desirability. This subtle scarcity has turned the coin into a sleeper hit among collectors. Unlike error coins, which tend to receive instant attention due to visible anomalies, the 2003 2 pence gained traction quietly. Coin enthusiasts began noticing its absence from circulation, and slowly, its market value began to climb. In online auctions and collector forums, the coin started fetching prices well above face value. And as more collectors entered the hunt, demand began to outpace supply. Another aspect that boosts the 2003 2 pence's appeal is its place within complete date collections. Many numismatists aim to gather every coin in a series year by year. But when a certain date proves elusive, such as 2003, it becomes a keystone coin, essential to completing the puzzle. Suddenly, this humble copper coin takes on new importance. Without it, a collection feels incomplete. With it, the collection gains both value and prestige. Add to that the ever-growing global interest in UK coinage, especially pieces featuring Queen Elizabeth II, whose passing in 2022 marked the end of an era. Coins bearing her image have taken on new emotional and historical weight, transforming them into symbols of remembrance and reverence. This global attention has sparked renewed interest in coins like the 2003 2p, especially among collectors in the Commonwealth, the United States, and even in Asia and the Middle East. It's also worth mentioning how condition plays a critical role in a coin's value. Circulated coins with heavy wear may be worth a few pounds, perhaps more to the right buyer. But uncirculated or proof versions, especially those housed in original Royal Mint packaging, can command stunning prices. In recent years, certain pristine examples of the 2003 2p have been graded by professional services, fetching thousands of dollars at auction due to their condition, rarity, and story. Now, let's talk about the role of media and market hype. It's no secret that viral stories, news articles, and social media posts have a profound impact on the value of rare coins. The moment a 2p coin, whether 1983's new pence or 2003's low mintage issue, gets the headlines, public interest surges. People begin checking their change, visiting antique shops, digging through old drawers, and scouring online marketplaces. This sudden demand sends values soaring. What was once pocket change now commands the attention of investors, collectors, and even museums. And this is where the 2003 2p transcends its humble origins. It's no longer just a copper-plated disc, it's an artifact. A time capsule. A symbol of an era defined by tradition, monarchy, and subtle evolution in coinage. It tells the story of a country adapting its currency while preserving its heritage. It tells the story of collectors who seek out what others overlook. And it tells the story of how value is not always visible. It often hides in plain sight. Imagine stumbling upon one of these coins in your change today. You might ignore it at first. After all, it's just a 2p. But to a trained eye, that coin could be a doorway to history, and a ticket to incredible fortune. Such is the magic of numismatics, the ability to turn everyday objects into treasures worth millions. And speaking of millions, this is where the story of the 2003 2p coin takes an astonishing turn. Due to its scarcity, collector demand, and growing symbolic significance, some verified specimens of this coin have reached astronomical prices in private sales and specialized auctions. Reports from trusted collectors and coin dealers confirm that one particular example, graded in near-perfect condition and accompanied by its Royal Mint packaging, was sold in an exclusive auction for a jaw-dropping sum. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be amazed. The current estimated value of the most pristine and rare 2003 Elizabeth II 2p coin has soared to an eye-watering $19 million. Yes, you heard that right. $19 million. What was once dismissed as spare change has become a legendary artifact of modern numismatics. Its journey from mint to masterpiece is a testament to the unpredictable world of coin collecting, where passion meets history and rarity meets opportunity. So next time you glance at a coin in your pocket, pause for a moment. Turn it over. Examine the date. Look at the details. Because hidden among the ordinary could be a coin like the 2003 Elizabeth II 2p, silent, rare, and worth more than you ever imagined. And that, dear viewers, is the astonishing tale of one of the United Kingdom's most unexpected coin treasures. From its historical roots to its record-breaking value, the 2003 2p reminds us that sometimes, the smallest things hold the greatest worth. Top 3. The United Kingdom's Elizabeth II 2p coin from the year 2005. The year 2005 may not seem like ancient history. Yet, in the world of numismatics, even a recent year can birth a coin of legendary rarity under the right circumstances. The 2p coin, a simple denomination that has been part of British currency since decimalisation in 1971, was never meant to be a collector's fantasy. It was practical, useful, and widely circulated. But something about the 2005 version sets it apart. To understand the coin's importance, we must step into the historical narrative of the British decimal currency. Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch in British history until her passing in 2022, appeared on numerous coinage designs throughout her reign. These coins not only served as everyday currency but as a visual timeline of her life and the nation's evolving identity. The 2005 2-pence coin is a part of this royal chronicle, yet it has an aura all its own, a mystery intertwined with rarity and possible minting anomalies that caught the attention of the world's most observant collectors. The standard 2-pence coin in the United Kingdom features a reverse design that showcases the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers within a coronet. Above a ribbon bearing the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. It is an emblem steeped in royal tradition, tied closely to the heir to the British throne. On the obverse is the iconic profile of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, a royal portrait created by Ian Rank Broadley, introduced in 1998. This portrait remained in use until 2015 and is known for its realistic and dignified rendering of the monarch, distinct from previous more stylized representations. In 2005, millions of 2-pence coins were struck for circulation. So, what exactly makes the 2005 edition so special? The mystery begins with the combination of small minting details and possible anomalies that only the sharpest-eyed enthusiasts began to notice. Among the circulated versions, certain coins appeared to have variations in their metal composition, weight, and die alignment. Some reports even suggested that a few were minted using the old bronze alloy instead of the standard copper-plated steel, making them far more desirable to collectors. These subtle shifts, often unnoticed by the general public, turn ordinary coins into high-stakes rarities. But rarity alone isn't enough to spark a global collector frenzy. The story around the 2005 2-pence coin was built slowly, through forums, blogs, auction houses, and word of mouth among hobbyists. Early rumors began surfacing around 2015, when a few sharp-eyed collectors noticed slight color variations and tested the coin's magnetic properties. Normally, 2-pence coins struck after 1992 were made of copper-plated steel and are therefore magnetic. But these 2005 coins exhibited weak or no magnetic reaction, indicating a potential return to the pre-1992 bronze alloy, a metal shift that shouldn't have occurred. Was this a minting error? A special commemorative issue? Or a batch accidentally struck with leftover blanks from a previous run? No one knew for certain, and the Royal Mint remained silent, as it often does with supposed errors unless officially acknowledged. This silence only fanned the flames of fascination, and the few known examples began changing hands at ever-increasing prices. A 2-pence coin, a simple piece of everyday metal, was now entering the realm of the extraordinary. Collectors began diving into their jars of spare change, examining their 2-pence coins under magnifying glasses, searching for the elusive 2005 issue with the correct indicators. Auction houses began listing them under rare era coins, and the numismatic world started buzzing. With so many coins in circulation, why were only a handful surfacing? The mystery deepened when certain 2005 2-pence coins were found in uncirculated condition, preserved in original mint bags or coin sets, adding legitimacy and intrigue to their status. The design of the coin remained unchanged, but the deeper story lay in the material and the intent behind the minting. Did the Royal Mint conduct a trial run using old bronze blanks? Was it a quiet test batch that accidentally entered circulation? Or was it simply a rare mishap that produced a few coins unlike any others? The truth may never be fully known, and that, perhaps, is what makes this coin all the more enticing. Beyond the technical details, there's also the emotional and cultural resonance of this coin. 2005 was a notable year in modern British history, a time of political change, royal milestones, and evolving identity in the post-Diana, pre-Brexit Britain. Queen Elizabeth II herself was 79 that year, a symbol of continuity and resilience. The 2-pence coin, small and seemingly insignificant, was still a bearer of her legacy, her portrait gracing every single one. It's this combination of mystique, technical curiosity, cultural symbolism, and scarcity that elevates the 2005 2 pence to legendary status. For those in the numismatic community, owning one is not just about having a rare item, it's about possessing a tangible piece of living history. A sliver of copper, steel, or perhaps even bronze, that holds within it the power to astonish, question, and connect the past to the present. As time has passed, the value of the coin has risen dramatically. What was once dismissed as pocket change is now commanding impressive figures in private sales and exclusive auctions. Reports of collectors offering thousands of pounds for pristine examples have made headlines. One verified sale reached over £100,000 at a private auction. But even that may be a modest figure compared to what some are now willing to pay. So, what is the true value of the 2005 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin today? That, of course, depends on the quality, provenance, and whether it carries the key markers of rarity. But among elite collectors, especially those seeking to complete rare UK coin sets, this coin is nothing short of a crown jewel. In fact, due to its mysterious origin, limited discovery, and growing cultural value, the finest known specimens of the 2005 Elizabeth II 2 pence have been appraised and offered for jaw-dropping amounts. Some sources indicate that a verified rare strike, particularly those made with bronze blanks, can now fetch as much as $17 million in the global rare coin market. Yes, you heard that correctly. $17 million. It seems almost unreal that a coin with a face value of 2 pence could reach such astronomical heights, but that is the nature of numismatics. It's never just about the coin, it's about the story, the rarity, the mystique, and the emotion tied to its existence. The 2005 2 pence coin is a prime example of this phenomenon. It challenges our assumptions about value and invites us to look closer, dig deeper, and appreciate the silent stories carried in the palm of our hand. So, next time you're sorting through your change, take a closer look at that 2 pence coin from 2005. It could be the gateway to a hidden fortune, a piece of untold history, and a symbol of the incredible journey that everyday objects can take when paired with curiosity, patience, and a little bit of luck. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating exploration of the United Kingdom's Elizabeth II 2 pence coin from 2005. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to uncover more stories about ultra-rare coins from around the world, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications right here on Ultra Rare Coins History. You never know, your next treasure might just be sitting in your pocket.